Hey guys, welcome back or to my YouTube channel. So as you saw by the title, today this video is going to be showing you how I wash my hair and how I add beads to my locks. So on my Instagram, I had this post where I was showing how I had beads in my locks. A lot of people liked it because you don't really see people who have locks wear beads with it. You see it in braids and everything, but you don't really see it in the locked hair community. So I decided to try it out and I loved it, and apparently people did too. So I'll show the picture on the screen of what the post was and how it looked. People ask me how did I do it, so this video is going to be me explaining it and how I did it and just the process of it, maybe some pros and cons of it. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys. And the reason why I'm showing you how I wash my hair as well, why I made this all one video, is because when you add beads to your locks, it's much easier to apply it onto your locks if your hair is wet or damp. So I decided to make that a wash day because I haven't washed my hair in 3 weeks, so I decided to make it all one video and then do a new look as well. So I'm going to be showing you guys the process of me washing my hair. So here I'm letting the water run through my locks and soak in any of the water that hits it before I add in the shampoo and conditioner. I let it soak the back, the front, and the roots so it's wet enough when I add in the things I put in my hair. So here's the shampoo I use. It's from Aussie, and I usually start by rubbing it in the roots and using my fingertips, not my nails, and then I make my way down. I will sometimes use a conditioner, but I ran out, so I'm just showing you guys just the shampoo. So like I said, I start from the roots, rub it in, make sure I get everything, and then make my way down the locks. After I've done all that, I'll squeeze the product through my hair and then rinse it out just to make sure that everything's clean, and I'll basically be finished. Okay guys, I'm back from washing my hair, so I'm going to be taking off the towel and show you guys how it looks, and then we're going to get started with retwisting my hair. Every time I take off the towel and stuff after washing my hair, it just feels so uncomfortable. Here's my hair. So the first step I usually do when I retwist my hair, I usually put all the oils and rose water, whatever I'm putting in my hair, I put it in there first while it's still damp, and then I'll usually just like rub it through, brush it through, whatever you want to choose to do. The thing I usually use the most is this right here, this bottle, the oils in it. My sister, my twin sister Heaven, she is the one that puts all this together. I just use it in my hair, but like I said, I use this one often. I use it the majority of the time, so she's here to say what's in it and everything. So do your thing, girl. Hi guys. So basically what's inside of this is olive oil. I pour that as like the base to make sure that everything is diluted and not as strong as it's supposed to be when you get it individually. But I put peppermint, tea tree, lavender, rosemary. Did I say patchouli? No. Patchouli, argan, and jojoba, whatever you pronounce it. But yeah, and sometimes I put castor oil in it, but that's from time to time when we have it. You heard it from her, guys. She'll be selling this on Etsy, you know. That's what I put in my hair and everything. If you want your lips popping like mine, come holla at me. You know that TikTok. I know that TikTok. Y'all. I don't even know what to say because my lips popping. Anyway, this is what I put in my hair, so I'm just gonna show you guys me putting in. Usually I start at the roots and everything, and then I make my way to the bottom. First of all, the oils and stuff, they have their benefits. You can look it up, whatever. Heaven probably knows. I don't know anything about it. She does all that stuff, like I said, but they also make your hair smell good. And you don't want to wash your hair and then just like let it sit or like put on your bonnet or wrap it up and stuff, because then it'll start smelling. Like if you don't dry your clothes, like after you put it in the washer, it's gonna smell bad. It's gonna smell like musty and stuff. So this right here smells good, and it's gonna keep it smelling good and keep it healthy. So let's start putting it in my hair. Okay, that might have seemed like I put a lot of oil on my hair, but I usually put a little bit at a time, rub it in, and then put it on different spots. I don't put too much on my hand at one time because then too much might go on one area, and you don't want your hair to be too oily. Like after it dries and everything, you shouldn't be touching your hair and a whole bunch of oils on your hand. So I'm done putting that on. Next I'm going to be putting on is the castor oil. So there's different kinds you can get. There's another kind I'm going to show you real quick. This one right here that I really love. It smells amazing, but it's done. I just keep it just because I don't know why. But there's different ones that have different kinds in it, or you can just get straight castor oil. But this one has tea tree in it. The one I just showed you has coconut oil in it. But you can just get like the one that has just castor oil, like I said. But I just found this at my local beauty supply store. Got it. It's a big tub. Looks good. And I usually get castor oil with things in it because I don't like the smell of castor oil. But when I use this, I try to do a little bit because, like I said, I don't like the smell. And I mostly just put it on spots where I want my hair to grow the most. Like where it's lacking, that's where I put it on. So like I put it on my edges to make it stronger and also promote growth. I put it on the back of my head just because the back of my head is kind of like, it was thinning and stuff. So I put it on there. I'll put it on my ends. And the roots is where my hair is the most healthiest. So I don't really put it too much on there. I might put a little bit, but it just depends on the day. And castor oil is also very thick. So like I said, you don't want to put too much on there because a little goes a long way and you don't want your hair to be too oily. So that's how much I have in my hand. I don't know. Okay guys, so iPhone is so stupid. And they cut the video off while I was talking. You guys saw where I was putting on the castor oil. I put on rose water after that, and that's all I did. I'm not gonna do it again or show you guys the process of putting it on. That's basically what I did. I put on the rose water. Let me show you guys. I did show you guys that. The rose water I got off of Amazon, and then you guys already saw the castor oil, but that's all you missed. So let's get back to the program. The next step I'm gonna do is brush my hair. Brush all the things through, get it all done. I don't want any lint in my hair, or any new lint, I should say. I'm gonna brush it all out, and so that's what we're about to do. I usually start at my root and make my way down all the way to the ends and everything like that. But after I start at the roots and stuff, I usually go like that. So these are the beads that I have that I bought from Amazon and the ones I'll be using today. If you guys want me to, I'll link down where I got the beads, the exact link of where I got them in the description. I don't know how much this is, but I know it's enough for my hair, and I have 110 locks. So if you have less than that, then I think you'll be good. You'll have more than enough because I added it to most of my locks. I didn't do every single one, but enough for it to look like it was on every strand. So when I did the look, I wasn't really picky about which bead design goes with which. I kind of made it random, made it diverse and everything, and I feel like that's part of the look. It doesn't need to look exactly neat. Each design doesn't need to go with another design. You just basically spread out everything. I mean, it's up to you, but that's what I'm going for. Just kind of like a free looking look. I don't know. So I'm gonna pick out 3 and I'm gonna show you guys how I add it to this first strand. I'm gonna take the first bead that I have here, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I would have to shove it onto the lock. But if your hair is smaller than mine, or you get beads that have a bigger hole, then I'm sure you'll be fine. And I also forgot to mention, you probably want to have a water bottle on standby, like a spray bottle. So my water bottle, but I added in some leave-in conditioner, well, my sister did, so that's what's gonna be in there. But I think it's perfectly fine. You could just use regular water, rose water, whatever you want to use. So I'm gonna spray the ends just so it can be freshly wet and damp and moist and all that stuff. So you don't need much materials for this look. You actually only need 2 things if you want to have the minimum amount of stuff you need, which is obviously the beads, and then you need those small little black rubber bands. And I'm kind of ghetto and stuff, and I didn't have a plastic bag at the time, a Ziploc bag, so my things are in here. So if you see me reach into a box, that's what I'm getting. So you want to have these on standby, then the bead, and let's find the first lock. We'll just start with this one because I keep seeing that one. Sometimes I would twist the ends just so it can be easier to apply the bead. Take the bead and just kind of shove it in there, and it went in pretty easy. I don't know if you can see that. And grab the end and kind of just pull it up. And I kind of pull it up pretty far because you'll understand why in a minute. I'm gonna add in the rest of the beads. Like I said, kind of turn the end of the lock and push it through and pull up. Now this last one, pull it through, and there you go. That's how it's going to look. I'm doing 3 on each lock, but you can do 1, you can do 2, you can do 5, whatever one you want. But I just don't want my hair to be heavy or to make too much noise, so I'm only doing 3. So after I've done this, you're gonna pull down the last bead that you added onto the lock, like right about there. And you're going to take the end of the lock, flip it like this. So you're gonna take it, flip it on top. You're going to grab the rubber band that you had and you're going to tie it onto the lock. And remember guys, don't twirl the rubber band too much, because first of all, you don't want to damage your hair and thin it out. You just need it enough that it's securing your hair. I'll show you guys one more time just so you can see exactly what you need to do. I'm just messing with this a little bit just to make sure that's completely secure. But I'm gonna show you guys one more time so you can get the full effect, and then I'll speed it up so you can see what it looks like at the end. Okay, so for the second example, I'm going to be doing this side. So this one is a skinnier lock than the one I had before, so I don't really need to twirl the ends. So I'm gonna take this first bead like I said, and I'm just going to slip it through, and there you go. Pull up a good amount just so you have room to play around with it. Add the second one on there, pull up. So the first 2 you have, you're going to put together, like close together, and then the third one, you won't connect it with the rest of them. You're gonna leave some space. And you're gonna leave some space at the bottom as well, and you're gonna take the end like I said, and you're just gonna flip it on top. And there you go. So I'm gonna speed this up so you guys can see the full look, and I'll talk about my opinion, more pros and cons at the end. So guys, if you enjoyed anything so far that you've been seeing, or learned anything, or you just like how I look, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell if you want to. I'm going to be having more lock videos, more lock tutorials, and you don't want to miss out on any of that because it could save your life. So go ahead and, you already know, subscribe and like and leave a nice comment. So that's all I had to say. Back to speeding this thing up. So this is the finished look. The beads, they can kind of be a little noisy, which I don't mind because I'm not in a quiet classroom all day. There are worse noises out there that you can make. So like I said, I'm going to be naming some of the pros and cons of this hairstyle. The wood is pretty bad. It doesn't happen to all the locks. It just happens on certain beads and it gets onto the lock. But that can be a little bit annoying. And like I said, you don't want that like embedded in your lock. So you need to watch out for that. Another thing is there's not a lot of beads that have a big enough hole to fit on the lock sometimes, so sometimes you have to kind of force it onto the lock, which I'm kind of scared about. And so you kind of just need to be gentle. And if you didn't see in the other clips, I had to kind of twist the lock and then also twist the bead onto the lock. That can kind of help and prevent you damaging your locks or anything like that. The noise can kind of be a con. The weight can also be something that you need to factor in if you're tender-headed or you just are sensitive to, I guess, weights, I don't know. But I do feel a lot more weight, obviously, because I have something at the ends pulling down onto my locks. You just want to make sure your locks are mature enough, strong enough. You don't want to unravel anything. You just need to be sure about that. Like I said, some people might feel a little bit extra cautious and over tie the black rubber bands and you don't want to damage or thin out your locks, because over time it's gonna thin the bottoms and they might break off. So you just need to make sure that first of all you don't tie it too tight, because then you might not be able to take it off either. You might be picking at your actual hair and you don't want that. Like I said, the pros, it's very cute, it's different than things you usually see. I know with locks it's a different type of hair, different type of hairstyle, and you might want to do different trends that you see with your hair that you see online, but sometimes you have to improvise and do something different, find a way to get around the obstacles, because your hair is not like everybody else's. Find different hairstyles that you can do with it, and hey, it might be something new and you might blow up for it, I don't know. But yeah, just like these beads and everything, I never thought I could really do this, I never thought to do this, but 10 years in, I'm like, I should have beads in my locks. And that's exactly what I'm doing, and it's actually very, very gorgeous. You can get different colored beads, you can even get your own beads, color them or something like that. You could just do anything, and beads are not just for kids, and I feel like this is very, like, I guess my parents said Afrocentric or whatever. Like I said, make sure you subscribe and like this video, leave a nice comment, and if you have any questions, you can obviously put in the comments and I'll respond. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and learned something, and yeah, so anyway, deuces.